See, a bad day at the office for Hibs yesterday. What about their Edinburgh rivals Hearts? They were away to a Kilmarnock side on a relative high after finally getting their first win of the season last weekend against Ross County. And despite starting the day second bottom, they did have a 13-point advantage over their opponents. Hearts went into the match already looking pretty lost at the bottom of the table. They were without a win since the 24th of August. Callum Patterson dropped to the bench. At Rugby Park for us was Brian McLaughlin.
Ahead of the game, both managers have spoken of how crucial this game was. And the fans of both Kilmarnock and Hearts turning up at Rugby Park, well, they had their own agendas. The Killie fans with the red cards against the chairman. As for the Hearts faithful, all they were requiring was 3 points.
Very important. I've got to win the day, I would think.
Crucial, but every game's crucial.
If we don't win, we'll be struggling for the rest of the season.
Before the game, as the players warmed up, the Killie mascot Nuts entertained the crowd. And of course there's nothing wrong with a pre-match pie, just to keep my energy levels up, of course. It was Ryan Stevenson who had the first effort on goal early doors. His shot from just outside the box tipped over by Craig Sampson. Stevenson, though, replaced later in the game with a serious knee injury. Killie boss Alan Johnson urged his players forward at every opportunity, and Chris Boyd came close to finding the back of the net seconds later. The 30-year-old recapturing the form that may just interest Gordon Strachan. And another former Rangers player was also causing problems for Hearts. This time it was Barry Nicholson with a volley just over the crossbar. The Hearts defence has come under severe scrutiny in recent weeks, and once again questions will be asked after allowing Chris Boyd time and space to score. Terrific composure from Boyd, and he was to prove a real handful for the Hearts rearguard all afternoon. The home fans were enjoying their team's performance, but nevertheless they continued their protest against the chairman, Michael Johnson. Darren Barr made the move from Tynecastle to Rugby Park in the summer, but he found himself in the wars after this melee in the home box. Keeper Craig Sampson appearing to catch Barr as he punched the ball away. The 28-year-old eventually carried off with both sets of fans giving him a standing ovation. Killie continued to create chances. Barry Nicholson will feel he should have scored here, while at the other end both Callum Patterson and Danny Wilson were inches away from connecting that would have given Hearts the equaliser. There was one more chance before the break for the home side. Michael Gardine feeding Chris Johnson. This time though, Jimmy McDonald saving the day. The half-time report says Kilmarnock were on top, but the Jambos were still very much in the game. Into the second period and Hearts close to an equaliser. Jimmy Walker with the cross, Callum Patterson's header narrowly wide of target. Kilmarnock though kept pushing forward, and again McDonald came to Hearts' rescue after the defence failed to clear. And when they failed to deal with another long through ball, this time from Jérôme Tesselaar, who else but Chris Boyd was on the end. A fantastic first touch before a neat flick over the outstretched McDonald. Hearts youngsters were trying their best, but whenever they did have sight of goal, Craig Sampson was in no mood for allowing them any hope of a comeback. Indeed, it was the home side who finished the match much the stronger. Chris Boyd this time the provider for Chris Johnson, who was 1-on-1 with Jordan McGee, twisting one way then the other. His shot deflected over for a corner. A vital victory for Kilmarnock. Chris Boyd, the home hero, with two terrific finishes. As for Hearts, well, they travel back to Edinburgh with a mood as damp as the weather here at Rugby Park. Let's hear what both managers have to say.
We've got a lot of work to do in the training ground. You know, we have to defend better than that to give ourselves any chance.
You can see the confidence in the players. They've still got it. They're passing the ball really well, and it's been like that for the majority of the games, and we've not been far away. It's just good to see it turn into 3 points now.
You know, apart from the two long balls, there wasn't really much in the game, and you know, two mistakes have cost us.
Pat, you were at Rugby Park yesterday. First question, did Brian share any of the pies with you?
I didn't have a pie. We were inside, so we had much better food.
Much better. In terms of the result, Kilmarnock deserved winners?
Very much so. I was very impressed with Kilmarnock yesterday. They had energy about them. They played the game in the right way. Alan Johnson would be delighted with the way actually they played the game. And they were a handful up front. Obviously Chris Boyd was back to his self again. Really put himself around, led the line. They could knock balls up to him. He's strong. He's running now. He's lost a lot of weight, as we can imagine. But this goal here was very poor defending. But look at that. Yeah. Strike, left foot, back of the net. He knows he can score goals.
Is he a better player now?
I can't say he's a better player, but he'll always be able to score goals.
Of course, that's something that you don't, as a striker, he's got that knack, he's got that ability. You don't lose that. And we're talking about the things he's improved, his movement, his weight, and things like that. He's never going to lose that ability to find the back of the net.
But what he's I think also he's taken on a bit of a leadership role. There was moments yesterday he was back, he was organising players, he was telling them what to do, and he was a real leader yesterday. And the other players played around about him. Carndine, different class alongside him. The young boy Chris Johnson out on the left hand side, cutting in, and this is an opportunity, different class.
That's something that he's maybe been guilty of before, where he's not.
What's that all about?
He's sliding in and
tackling back.
He did that all day yesterday. Yeah. He did that all day yesterday, which was great to watch, and that's going to buoy up the fans. It's going to also give a message to the other players. If you're going to work this way, this is what you have to do as a young player.
It's a good example, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good partnership with Gardyne as well. Michael, in terms of the Hearts' point of view, not for the first time this season, poor defending. The confidence now seems really low. Yeah. Do they have a chance at all of escaping that bottom spot?
Of course they've got a chance, but it's getting slimmer and slimmer as the weeks pass, and it's becoming a bit of a repetitive theme as well, that bad defensive mistakes are costing them very, very dearly. And the two goals there, they're straight balls, Pat. As a goalkeeper as well, there needs to be a bit of communication at the back at times. And centre halves, they've just got to deal with those balls.
On the evidence what I watched yesterday, I can't see Hearts getting out of their predicament at the moment. They didn't have any natural striker when Ryan Stevenson went off injured. Callum Patterson came on, played. I'm not so sure if he's a striker. He's more on the right hand side, and there was real opportunities for them.
It looks pretty bleak from a Hearts point of view at the moment, but time will tell.